Hey everyone, it's Anne from soulconnections.net. It's been a few weeks since my last video, and I really want to thank you all for your wonderful feedback and comments, also for sending in your questions. As many of you may know, I'm really busy lately, and I try my best to respond to everyone as quick as I can. But there's only enough time in a day, and it's becoming very time consuming to try to answer hundreds of emails every day. So what I'm going to do is start including a Q&A portion in future videos. So if there's a question that you have, send them to me and I will add them to my list. Now, this video that I'm going to be talking more about questions and answers that you've already submitted to me. And it may be a little lengthier than my previous videos, but I really want to get to the heart of your questions and answer them as quick as I can. So I will try to put in as many questions in this video. So let's start with question number 1. Okay, why can't I cut the ties from my twin soul? Well, the energy with soulmates and twin flames, it's very intense. And when they first meet, it's the most beautiful experience that anyone can ever feel with each other. But the problem is that this type of soul bond, it's basically that it's a bond that you can't cut those ties. And being like with one soul split into two with twin flames, they're always trying to connect with each other. And as you read and you read on my previous blog posts and you've read on the internet, also in my previous videos, this is an intense connection. So it's impossible to break that bond. Okay, let's go to question number 2. Now, I want to know how to break the runner cycle chaser connection. Now, the thing is that there's no really way to break the runner's phase or speed the process for them to awaken from this vicious cycle. I know it's very tough. I was too a runner, as many of you already know, and going through this process, no one can actually tell you that this is the person that is your twin flame or this is your soulmate. It's basically that this intense energy is so deep, it consumes your whole spirit completely. Being a runner, being a chaser, it doesn't matter. It's like you don't see them for who they really are. You don't realize until that time happens. So I was actually very educated with twin flames and soulmates. So I really couldn't define exactly that feeling. I may have thought, but I didn't know until I really awoken. And you could read more about my situation on my blog. I'll post links on the bottom. But let's go to question number 3. How do I stop chasing my twin flame when he or she is running? Okay, now there's really no way to stop chasing from your twin. It's just that the running phase. It's a phase that they go through when they're trying to escape. Not escape from you or escape from anyone else, but actually from themselves. And I talk a lot about in my other video about runners and chasers, so you can understand it a little bit. But just that running phase is that they're trying to understand and they're trying to deal with the situation. And like I've always said before in other videos, you need to really love yourself. And your other half can actually feel your energy. So it's just connecting the both of you and really finding the time to really find each other spiritually. There's really no easy way to cut that tie or break that tie or connect that tie. So it's really something that you have to just try to deal with at the moment. Okay, so let's go to question number 4. How do I start healing myself to work on my inner self to reunite? Okay, well, the best way to start healing yourself is as you know, to love yourself. And I know it sounds like it's so simple and it's like, yeah, I do love myself and everything, but it's basically the first lesson. And if you truly love yourself, you will value yourself. So it's true. Once you start to really love yourself and appreciate yourself, giving yourself the credit that you really deserve, you will see how empowered you can be and how calm and you can understand that you are valuable to this world. And in return, your twin flame or your soulmate, they feel this energy, and both of you can start the healing process together in one accord. So usually there is being the service of they need to give to the world in some type of way, contributing their energy to each other. But also, more importantly, it's like they have to contribute something to the world. And that happens later on. So basically, the both of you merge as one spirit, however it happens, but it does happen. Okay, so let's go on to question number 5. Is there ever a point during a separation where you know he or she won't be back? Okay, now I know that there's always the chance that nothing is complete. I mean, nothing is ever 100%. Only God has that final, destiny. However, the twin souls are still like connected and bonded to each other. So when they're still in this world, there's nothing that's going to separate them, unless, God forbid, something does happen, of course. But I know there's a lot of controversy on the internet. A lot of people believe that twin flames never get back together, or twin flames can never cut the ties, or can actually cut the ties, but they can't. Honestly, they can't cut the ties. I know how painful it is. That I wish that there was a way so that it can help a lot of people, but there's really no way of telling that it's not going to happen when you both are still on this earth searching for each other. So this is like something that you have to learn to live with, if you understand what I mean. You could be in another relationship, you can be single, however it is. But I do have to say that sometimes it can take many, many years and sometimes even decades before they can be together. Unfortunately, it's like nobody can really, give an accurate time frame on it, because it's when destiny permits the reunion of that twin soul to reunite. So some situations are a little bit more complicated than others, and usually the ones that reunite easier are actually the ones that are less complicated, or more complicated. It's like everybody's situation is different, so I really can't judge it. So let's go on to question number 6. Next page. Okay. Is it possible that runners just never get over their fear, doesn't return, but chooses another that feels more safe for them? Well, the thing is that no, runners will never get over this. Runners will have a fear, but as far as them ever leaving and completely like disconnecting, no. Runners can get rid of their fear. It just takes longer than others. It's just that it's never good to wait on a time frame. Like I said before, just understanding and accepting the situation the way it is, though whatever it takes. I mean, whatever you have to do. So runners will come back. Runners will become stayers eventually. Okay, so just get that clear, that a runner will come back, however it happens. But sometimes they do find other people that kind of like make them feel safer in their comfort zone, because being with their twin flame is like super overwhelming. And, it's not because that person is better, but it's just that the love is so intense. So eventually that will break and they will find themselves back together. So the twins, however it takes, how long it takes, it's just that it's a matter of time, how long it takes. So everyone has choices and decisions to make, and no one can tell you who to be with and who's the right person. But when you're thinking in this type of negative direction, actually, when you're not ready, you will think more in terms of in these types of directions. And it's better to just try to, like I said before in the previous questions, just to love yourself. And the moments that you start, giving up, and the moment you start like feeling like it's not going to happen, it's time to really work on your self-love, because you need to be open when your twin flame or your soulmate come into your life. You can't go searching. It's not something you can just, put out there in your mind and say, this is what I'm going to do. So runners have an urge to run from their twin flame, and it's not because of a lack of love, but actually too much love. So when you're a twin flame for, like they feel overwhelmed, it's mainly because they're feeling the impact where you understand it. You are more of a awakened soul. Okay, so these feelings can come and go, and hopefully they won't interfere with your connection. But don't get freaked out sometimes when your twin flame has like some sort of like overbearing power over you, or they have this ability to read your feelings or your thoughts, or they predict your next move? Because actually, twin flames are kind of empathic, and they are able to feel each other. So this is like very common when they send and receive to each other. Okay, so I hope I cleared that question off. Now we're going to go to question number 7. I would like to know if my soulmate can feel me too, if they don't believe in them. All right. Yes, soulmates can feel each other's energy all the time. It's almost like a radar. When one is hurting, they can feel it, just like real twins. And if one is going through something, they will reach out to you. And this is also the signs that we talk about. When you see the numbers 1111, 222, and etc. I mean, it goes on. Also, certain types of signs like coins just appearing, feathers, white feathers, things that remind you of that person, that names being like plastered everywhere, and maybe it's a unique name, or if it's a name that just you would never see it, especially license plates. I see that all the time. Now, they don't have to be aware of the twin soul or the soulmate connection. For them to feel the sensations is mainly caused by the runner phase of fear of the energy being so intense. So the energy that they're feeling is just actually something that they have to acknowledge. Okay, so let's go to question number 8. What did they feel during the separation? When soulmates or twin flames are apart, and basically what they feel is they're never complete. It's like they're always longing for that person. And it's no matter what type of lifestyle they're in, what they're doing, they will always look for that person till the end of time. It's a situation that is like never ending. So runners do go through a lot, but they go through a lot of negative stuff, like shutting out the world, feeling like their life has no purpose, kind of like they're not in a depression, but just like there's no, like they're very numb. And basically that's why they can't feel the emotional energy. So a lot has to do with the aligning of chakras at the same time. So that goes into another situation. But basically it's because they just like tune out everything. So this is why the awakening has to happen with the runners in order for them to live in harmony with their twin soul. So once they awaken from their sleep, they will be able to meet their true twin, their soulmate. Their energy will just be on a positive alignment, and both of you will be on a positive soul path. So I know this means like making a drastic type of change to the relationship with yourself and with the energy, but a dramatic improvement in the way you love yourself, a dramatic improvement with your self-worth can really make a difference in your situation with your soulmate. Now, it's important to remember not to base your life around, oh, I need to go meet my soulmate or my twin flame. Because spiritual people are often trying to become the best version of themselves, reaching on a higher level of self-love and their true soul path. So, which I think is not a bad thing, but you need to start like accepting everything. If it's negative, if it's positive about yourself right now, actually all your flaws is there to enhance the real you. So you need to truly understand that you need to embrace yourself. You need to embrace what's around you, love and accept yourself for who you are right now. And then you're on your way to meeting that special someone, that partner that you're destined to be with. Okay? So I hope you found this video educational. I hope it answered your questions. If I missed your question, please submit in the comments area or email me. I will try to get it in my next video, or I will email you. But either way, I will try my best to get to everybody. So until next time, love and light to you all. God bless. Bye for now.